Hi, I wanted to try something out as an experiment. I really like the piano. I like what I could do with it. Um, so I'm gonna play the first two pages here. I got stinking earplugs in my ears, so I'm like I'm gonna try it out, see what happens. But anyway, here's my keyboard setup. Uh, it's not it's not great. It's not great. Not great. All right. So anywho, I'm going to take a look at the first page here, and I am going to take a look at exercise number 1. So we're going to do exercise number 1. I got it. Just remember to focus. Focusing is so important. It does not happen enough. I feel weird for wearing earplugs and trying to play this darn thing. But anyway, here we go. Alright, well, it turns out that playing with earplugs in has yielded better results than being able to hear the piano, because for whatever reason they just kept tripping up. Anyway, I want to do another exercise and we'll see what happens. So we're going to take a look at exercise number 2, which is more or less the same thing, but you're learning how to, do the proper spacing with your fingers. And that is something I'm still working on, but we'll find out what happens. Okay, still a little sloppy, but I am identifying weaknesses in my playing ability. So when I go up to the top, so if I'm working my way up here, all the way up to here, the weakness that I have with this hand is I don't spread these fingers out just enough. Like I fall a little short or I overshoot. And the purpose of these exercises is so that you could learn how to, you know, separate your fingers at different levels, gain some sort of control over what you're doing with your phalanges. I don't have the greatest control, but that's why these exercises exist. When you're a new pianist or you're just starting to learn the piano, it's important to go through all these exercises without rushing. I accidentally changed the rhythm there, or the separation. So you want to understand how to read the music and to not accidentally go like that. you learn how to distinguish where all the notes are based on essentially memorizing the names. And that's how I think of it. You gotta start at the bottom. C, D, E, G, and you get to internalize these notes. It just makes it easier because now you're training your brain how to remember how to read. Basically, when you're playing music, you're learning a language. And this language is easier than English, if you can believe it. So, it's like learning a language. And what you got to do is you just got to get used to paying attention to what you're doing so that you're internalizing the notes. If you don't internalize the notes, you're just going to zone out and you're going to forget what is the point of all these exercises. It is to get you familiar with the keyboard. And without that familiarity with the keyboard, everything else is going to be pointless because you're not going to be able to figure out heads or tails what notes you're playing. I feel like I'm talking stupidly loud. I'm hopefully not talking stupidly loud, but clear. You just keep going nice and slow. The more you practice, the better you get. Alright, exercise number 3. It's a little different. I like this one. This is the one I remember from college when I was a failed pianist. Well, it was a requirement for music education to learn how to play the piano. And what I didn't like about this was it felt like I had to rush through everything, and I didn't get a chance to really gain an intimate, relationship with the instrument. You have to really bond with the instrument that you're playing, otherwise you're just going to keep futzing around and not really improve as a player. And music is a passion of mine. I always forget, that when I'm talking, I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. But anyway, it's something that could be done by anybody that has all the necessary digits that they can use. You can even play with your toes. And if you got nubbins, you can play with the nubbins. You're only limited by your own perception. There's always a way, unless you absolutely have no limbs. You have to settle for the life of being a potato. And clearly I'm not a potato. I got hands. But could be a potato because of all the fluff. Anyway, now there's another exercise. Exercise number 4. Nice thing about number 4 is it's a continuation of getting familiar with the fingerings. You're splitting right here. Adding a third between the D and F. So, right a third. Shoot dang. That's the wrong exercise. See what I mean? I like space out. If you space out, there's no shame in that. Just recollect yourself. Take a look at the exercise you're on. And there you go. Get into it. I gotta focus just a little bit more on this one. Because it's tickling a part of my brain that needs more work. You can hear it. My brain stuttered. And anytime your brain stutters, there's a reason behind it. When you're using parts of your brain that you're not particularly good at, it's like exercising a muscle. And you just have to keep exercising. Neuroplasticity is a fascinating thing. Your brain can actually repair itself if you know how to find your inner peace and have that discipline to really focus in. You hear me focusing in? And if you have to focus in, do it. Because it gets your brain more easily. Repetition helps. You gotta get that practice in. And you gotta remember, if you lose your focus, these exercises start on C, they end on C. So you're going from C to C, it's covering just one octave. And as long as you remember the note names, you could lose your focus for a moment, but then catch back up to say, there's C. It's great for ear training as well. So if you're looking at exercise number 5, take a look at it, and you gotta take a look at the separation of the notes. So you're going, then you're going, then you gotta put your pinky up to the A, then you're going E, F. Now you're going back down. It changes a little bit. Now they have fingerings written in there. So you're 5 from 1, 4 and 2. And then you gotta go to 4 and 2. So I'm not very good at reading the fingerings, but that's why you practice. It works the brain. I just want to take the earplugs out. Oh, and then that stinking washer is loud. Holy. So anyway, exercise number 5. This exercise 5 right here. I know it's cruddy lighting, but what can you do? So, alright, I just wanted to make sure my recording was still going. Apparently, the moment of not having my hearing has thrown me off. So, I want to make sure that I go nice and slow, nice and methodical. Look at each note, because you're teaching your brain how to understand what you're looking at. And then, this is where I trip up. This exercise ends on G, the 5th scale degree in the C major scale. It's the perfect 5th, man. If my piano was more in tune, it would be perfect. But nope. This is I believe you call it an equal temperament instrument, meaning every note here is slightly out of tune, because the space between every note has to be equal. And music of our modern day is tuned to A440, so everything is based on the tuning of A440. When I get the money, I want to get a piano tuner and get this fixed up. There's some wonky notes right there. You hear that? That's bad. It's bad. Anyway, exercise number 6. It's a continuation of learning how to spread the digits. Nice thing is it gives you a third. So you got C, E, and G. That is a chord. Remember that it's a chord. And then you got F and A. That's a third. So like exercise number 6. According to that, I can't see because I got tape over that. I'm trying to keep this from falling. And you got C, you got E and G, you got F and A, and then you got G, and then you got E and F. This exercise, for whatever reason, trips me up, but I feel like it's because I have to understand what it's doing. When you could be thoughtful of your practice, then you could ask yourself these questions. Why? And all these exercises by Isidor Philipp, is basically your guide towards legitimate piano playing, because like pianists will write crazy things because they've played the instrument so much that they'll just take all their noodlings and put it to notation so that other people can do what they can do. And you got to learn the foundations, because the foundational work is what gets you to be able to play the full range of the piano. This has 88 keys. So if you know where everything is at within all these different patterns, you can basically put your hands anywhere. You can cross hands, you can play one-handedly, you could play with another hand, play both hands together, you can play polyrhythm, and it's just all from the foundational work that you got to do. And it's not just technical exercises, you also got to play music, and I have yet to get to that part because I don't have any music on hand to play. But anyway, that's it for what I want to do today. I'm enjoying this instrument. I thought it was kind of cool that I somewhat did better when I was deaf. Or not legitimately deaf, but just with earplugs in my ears. Now, the funny thing is like, it somehow felt more comfortable to me to not be able to hear the piano as well, which I thought was interesting. But anyway, that's it. Bye.